Hey everybody, welcome to the Riley and Winfrey podcast. This week's topic:
Angel good, demon bad.
sit back, grab some snacks, and enjoy the show.
Recording. Let's just start.
Alright, hi guys.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Riley and Winfrey podcast. Today, we are talking about the interesting topic of angels and demons. Woo!
Yes, we are. We just watched a video called Miracle Caught on Tape, Angel in China Street Security Camera.
Which is probably, I watched it like a couple years after it was put on YouTube, and it's probably the thing that got me so interested in angelology.
It's crazy because it looks real too. Like, okay, so basically what it is, it's in China. This guy was biking in the road and a car came out of nowhere, right? Or was it a truck?
It was a truck. It was
a truck.
It was like a refrigerator truck.
A truck comes out of nowhere and like almost hits the guy, and this person, this entity or whatever, comes. It looks like a person though. Comes out of nowhere and like zaps him away, and like they look like they teleported to like the other side of the road.
Mm-hmm. And then
the guy in the truck like stops and looks out like thinking he hit the guy, but the guy is on the other side of the road, and everyone just looks confused. The guy that almost got hit is like having a revelation on the sidewalk. He's sitting there like, man, God really real though.
I have no. We don't know who the people were in the video actually. Like they never found
it's
the biker guy.
It's just a random like
guy.
security camera in China.
Yeah, it's just a random security camera. It's interesting that I learned some things from that video that I didn't know. It, like when this entity runs at the speed of light and grabs him and zaps him, it happens at 333 on the security camera footage.
Which is like the angel number.
Yeah, which is the angel number, the golden ratio. And I don't know, I didn't know that. That one I didn't know. And the other thing I didn't know is in the video, the angel's hands are glowing white.
Yeah.
And that
was weird. Like
that's correlated into like people recalling people helping them. Their hands were glowing like angels.
Yeah, you guys need to watch this video. I'll say it again. It's called just search Miracle Caught on Tape, Angel in China Street Security Camera. The guy that uploaded it, Mark Little.
Mark Little?
Mark Little. All right.
Yeah, it's interesting. He like breaks down the only evidence that it's fake is some of the shadows are wrong.
But they're right.
But they're right, and he like breaks it down and shows you that the lights were and the shadows were accurate. So there's no physical proof that it was edited. People have run it through programs and systems, and it's not edited. Like, that's real. So I don't know. And I guess it is just an angel that saved that person on the bike.
Yeah, I believe it. Like, it looks real to me, and I think some videos are fake.
Yeah.
But that one. But there's also ones that are real, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But today we want to talk about, like, angels and demons. And we want to talk about, basically our encounters.
Mm-hmm.
And,
a little bit of background.
We also want to go to the Bible, too.
Yeah, we want to be referenced up.
Yes. So, demons technically are angels. They're just fallen angels.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about because I feel like a lot of people don't make that connection. Because they used to be angels. They're not... They weren't created as demons. They were created as angels. So they just fell to become demons.
Yeah.
And so the story of that is in heaven, God had 3 legions of angels, and in charge of each of these legions, there were. I'm trying to think of the name. Centurion. Yeah, that's a diagram, babe.
Riley made this like silly looking diagram with like dots and lines showing
Dots and
angels.
lines.
So I pointed at it like, hey, look at this. Does this help?
So the story behind that is, in heaven, God had 3 legions, and in charge of each legion was a general angel, so to speak, and each one was Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer. Lucifer is Satan. That's Satan, but he was one of the 3 main angels up there, and he decided, you know what, I want more power than I'm given. Like, okay, let's put this into perspective, okay? Out of all the angels, he had power over 1/3. That's like one of you saying, okay, I own all of Asia and Europe, and then saying, you know what, I want to own the entire world. That's basically
You know what
was
it
happening.
reminds me of? Like, the child at school that, like, throws a temper tantrum because he wants all the crayons and doesn't want to share.
He wants all the crayons.
He wants all of the crayons and all of the art supplies, and he doesn't want to share with the other kids, so he gets annoyed and throws a temper tantrum.
And then God, the teacher, comes and puts him in a timeout.
Literally. Freaking, like,
No, you
6-year-old.
can't have all the crayons. Go sit in the corner for eternity.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh. And then the 2 kids behind him that are like, yeah, he wants all the crayons, they get banished into the corner too. And that's how it is.
God is kind of like the big teacher, though.
Yeah, he is.
So, makes sense.
It does.
Analogies.
Analogies! I love analogies. So back to the diagram. He was leader over this 1/3 of the angels, and when he went up against God, and God obviously won, nobody can beat God. I don't know why he thought, I don't know why Satan thought he could win, but, for some reason he still thinks he can win, which is lies he's telling himself. And God banished him down here. And he resides in hell, but he's also free to roam the earth. It says that in the Bible, I believe.
He's a residential of
He's a resident of hell.
Does he pay rent?
Oh my gosh.
He's
No,
a
he owns it.
resident.
Everyone else has to.
Oh my gosh. He's the landlord.
Oh, what was I gonna look up? Is Satan... Does it say in the Bible King James Version that Satan is allowed to roam the earth? Oh wait, no, it does, because it says yes. It says... Yeah, he says... It says several times in the Bible that the devil roams the earth like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. And so he is allowed to roam the earth. For now, until God comes back for the second time and banishes him to hell and locks him in with a lock and key. And it's interesting, too. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I want to say it anyway. Jesus, when he died on the cross, he went into hell, and he took the key from Satan. And then, when he rose again on the 3rd day, he beat Satan again for the 2nd time. And for some reason, Satan needs a 3rd time to, have it really sink in. He's got a thick skull or something. And so he needs the 3rd time for God to come back and be like, hey,
bro,
this isn't happening.
No matter how many times, he's still not gonna get it.
He's still not going to get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's weird that, Satan can only be in one place at one time, and, I've seen visions of Satan, right? So, was he just there?
Mm-hmm.
Just where I was?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he is not omnipresent. He is still bound to the powers that God gave him. He cannot gain new powers. It's not a thing that can happen. Like, he's not all powerful. He is just as he is. That's it. But yeah, anyway.
I can see why, like, I can see why non-Christians think we're crazy, because this sounds crazy and, like, fairy tale, but it's not.
It sounds super
I've seen
crazy.
this in, like, I've seen, oh, like, it's real. Unfortunately.
And when it comes to, like, experiences, like...
If I didn't see visions of all this stuff, I don't know if I would believe.
Yeah, and it's pretty trippy to think about.
Like, that's why dreams are so powerful.
Dreams are.
Yeah.
They help turn the hardest of hearts. So it's like you're seeing it. You know?
Yeah.
It's not just a belief.
When you're dreaming, you're seeing things that are already there, but you don't see while you're awake.
Mm-hmm.
Which is trippy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, when it comes to experiences, so I was, I want to say 13. I want to say 13? Yeah, I'm going to go with 13. That would have been several years ago. 7 years ago. So, like, 2015, 2014.
You were a wee lad.
I was a wee lad. I was a wee laddie. It's 2014, 2015 era. Right about then. I was up late one night.
Is this the flashlight story?
Yeah, this is the flashlight story. I was texting my friend, who I was friends with at the time, no longer anymore though. And we were just chatting, and all of a sudden, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. So, I grew up with a curtain for a door, and this curtain would, like, you know...
Same, though. My mom didn't, like, believe in doors or something.
Same. Yeah. And this curtain would, like, blow in the wind, right? But there was no wind because not wind, but, like, wind from the central air conditioner, right? But the air wasn't on, so I know it wasn't that. And I saw something at the door of the corner of my eye, and when I looked there, like, the image registered, but it was gone. It was like this little girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, and a blue dress, like
it's so creepy.
Not a pale baby blue, like a dark blue, like I don't know, like your general average everyday Goldilocks description. Like, that's what I think about when I think of, like, what she looked like.
Was she like, wanna play?
No. She actually only talked to me only, like, 3 times. And it was, so that night I met her in my dream.
We played the blood of Christ over this conversation right now.
The blood of Christ. I've already rebuked the spirit already. Okay, like, it's all gone. It's never coming back, and I truly believe that. So I have no problem talking about this. I met this entity in my dream. I had, like, a vision, and everywhere around me was white. Like, it was like white. Not, like, just the color white, but, like, everything was whited out, right? So, I don't know, this is this general average everyday, like, pale white dream, right? And she was there, and it was this dark blue dress with, like, lacy frills, and...
Lacy frills?
Yeah, like how you see in, like, anime and tutus.
Why was she an anime girl?
She wasn't an anime girl, I'm just using that reference.
What? Are you sure
anyway,
this wasn't just a dream?
Yeah. And I met her, and she said her name. She told me her name. And her name, she told me, was Savannah. And I think that she was just, it was just trying to get into my head. And for a long time, I genuinely believed it was an angel, but that doesn't make sense.
Why would an angel be a creepy little girl that, like, shows up in your room, like in a horror movie or something?
It wasn't creepy. Oh, and also I should mention, after I saw this entity at my door, underneath my bed, and I didn't see it till later when I got up to go to the bathroom. Or no, I didn't get up to go to the bathroom. I went to the door to see if, like, my little sister had been there, because, like, same height. So I thought it was just my little sister. So I went to the door, and I was looking around, and she was sleeping in her room. So I went back to mine, and there was a light shining under my bed. And back then, I had a big, like, almost double-decker bed. Or, what do you call this? Double-decker beds, I think. When there's one on the bottom and one on top.
Double-decker?
That's what they
no,
call it.
It's a bunk bed.
Bunk bed, thank you, yeah.
Oh my, really? What's a double-decker? That sounds like a fast food burger.
Bro, it's a bus.
Can I order the double-decker with fries, please, and a Coke? Double-decker.
Double-decker bus. So, like, with beds. Anyway, it's a bunk bed situation, right? But there was no bottom bunk. It was, like, storage. I had a ton of storage under there. Bins, all sorts of stuff. And, I mean, it was very useful because we had small rooms. But anyway, I had this flashlight in one of the bins near the back, I guess. And it was on. And the light had turned on, and it was really weird. So I literally had to dig out under my bed. And this was at 2 a.m., by the way. Like 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. We had to get up for church in the morning. And
hey, that's us!
Hey, that's us!
3 a.m.
Yay! Yeah, I was like digging through and I pulled out my flashlight and it was on. So I clicked it off, but it wouldn't click off. Like it kept on and I like clicked it a bunch of times and it would not turn off. So I unscrewed the back and it was like, you know, one of those dollar store flashlights with little button cell batteries. So I unscrewed the flashlight and I took out the batteries and it was still on. And I couldn't figure out why it was still on.
Didn't you give me one of the
So I had 2 flashlights.
Okay.
And they both would turn on like that, even with dead batteries in them. So
I threw that thing away.
Yeah, we threw them away.
Honestly, when you gave it to me, it like gave me a weird feeling.
So I truly believed it was like a guardian angel or something. So when I first met her, I had still been believing this. And it wasn't until recently,
I warned you about it, too.
It wasn't until recently until I, like, really thought about it and realized that was not an angel.
Yeah, when we first started dating, he was, like, talking to me about it. And I was telling him, like, don't trust this thing. Like, I don't think that it's good. Because I was warning him about it. Because I love him.
I remember that.
Because I love you.
Oh, you love me?
Yeah.
And I remember she mentioned don't talk to it.
Yeah.
I remember you said that.
I didn't trust it.
So I used to talk to it, like, a lot. Like, a lot. And I told it everything if I was dealing with stuff. And I would just talk to it.
Honestly, I don't think this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but I don't think, like, we should go out of our way to talk to other beings. Like, yes, we have discernment, but angels come to us. We don't need to talk to them, right?
I just remembered.
So,
I had another dream.
Yeah.
About it. And this time...
You just remembered?
I just remembered. So, like, this time I was in this dream. I was in this kitchen. And I know the kitchen I was in. I had been reading a book series at the time, and it was the kitchen that had been described in it. And it's one of my favorite book series, so it was fresh in my mind. Like, I loved the book series. It was in my brain. So I was in this kitchen from this book. And how it's situated is it's looking on the backyard.
You were in a kitchen from a book?
Yeah. And I remember
that's not something you hear every day.
No, I was in a book kitchen.
and it was looking out over the overgrown backyard. There was like a white picket fence out there, or maybe chain. I don't remember that detail. And there was like, it was a big kitchen. I wish we had that kitchen. Anyway, this Savannah thing was there. This Savannah entity was there, and she was wearing this like lion demonic looking mask, and but the light behind her, it was a light, and I looked it up, and I was stupid, and I decided I'm gonna look up the meaning of my dream because Google will tell me the answer. And what Google came up with was, if you see an entity with this particular light, it means they're neutral. They're not good and they're not evil. They won't hurt you, but they won't help you.
I feel like Google definition of like your dream is like so new age.
So interesting enough, Google answers are I'm gonna get canceled. Google answers are very monitored. So if you want actual answers to questions, you need to use like a private browser that isn't going to do that, like DuckDuckGo or something like that. Because Google is very heavily like, if you look up something on DuckDuckGo and Google,
that explains why it doesn't like when you search something, you don't get what you want, what you're searching for.
And that's because Google is very monitored. You have to look up things on DuckDuckGo, which I used to have, but it literally deleted from my phone. And I'm just now remembering. Oh no, I do have it on this one. Okay, good. I don't have it on my other phone.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I feel like when you dream something, there isn't some like spiritualistic like hidden meaning behind the dream. It's literally just what you dreamed is the meaning of it. It's just like literally what you dreamed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just literal. There's no, hidden spiritual meanings. like the answers you get when you search Google of what your dream means. Like, that's not accurate.
Anyway, so that my experience. Moving on, I mentioned that she spoke to me several times. That second dream that I just recalled, she didn't speak to me. So, or it. I don't know. I'm gonna go with she. She spoke to me while I was completely sane and awake twice. And it wasn't necessarily words. She did like this little kid girl laugh. Creeped me out. I was, I think I was like 16, I think. I was at church, the first church I went to. And she laughed.
It's interesting,
and I was the only one who heard it.
Your encounter was like you literally saw it. And for me, it wasn't a visual. It was more auditory.
It became more auditory, I think.
I think everyone experiences things differently.
I actually saw this entity a handful of times, the same exact way, out of the corner of my eye, and when I look, I saw like the image registered, but it was gone.
Yeah.
And it happened like that actually a lot, and I felt I tried to communicate with it a lot because I met this person who told me I should. And I shouldn't have, obviously. But
who said that?
Somebody from a long time ago.
That was bad advice.
Wasn't Christian.
Yeah.
So when I was, I want to say 17, I would hold out my hand and I would feel something take it and hold my hand. When I was talking to it and I was feeling like really sad or something, I would feel like arms come over me and like hold me from behind. And like, I don't know, I'm not quite sure if that was like God protecting me from something, or if
I think
that
it was trying
like,
to like deceive you by making you trust it.
Yeah.
Because that's what demons do. They put on this like fake niceness. I've seen it all the time.
And it seems like they're more nice when you're being deceived.
They want you to trust it.
Yeah. And I would hear I would hear little girl laughter. Like, I was working at Chick-fil-A last year, and that's the last time I heard it. I heard it while I was working at
That's a
Chick-fil-A.
sign.
I know. Yeah. Chick-fil-A, bro. Anyway, I was just working, and it was a really busy day, and I heard this laughter, and I was like, bro, what? And I, like, peeked out around the wall there, and there was
Where
no
was it?
little girls at Chick-fil-A.
It would have been creepy if it was in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the
No, I was in
stall
the
or
main.
something?
I was in the main like dining room in the delivery area.
Imagine just like that happening in like the
Oh,
bathroom
that's
while you're
scary,
alone in the
bro.
bathroom.
That's scary. But yeah, I would.
I'd
talk
be like,
to it.
I rebuke you in the name of Christ, and I'd start reading scripture.
I would carry around the flashlight like everywhere, and I would feel weird if I didn't have it.
What do you mean? Why would you feel weird?
I don't know.
Have
I
it.
like felt attached to it.
You know what's weird? I wanted to throw it away, but I was worried you'd get mad at me.
I wouldn't have
For
gotten
throwing
that.
it
The one
away.
I gave you, I didn't care what you did with it. I guess.
Right, but like...
I thought it was a protective, like, guardian angel, so I thought if I gave her one, like, it would also happen for her, but, like, it wasn't even an angel. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
didn't-
okay. It didn't make me, like, have any experiences with it. It just made me, like, feel weird, I guess. No, it didn't.
You
like...
kept it in the car console for the longest time.
Yeah, because I didn't want it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, don't be sorry. I don't want you to have it. Don't be sorry
It,
about that. That
it was
wasn't-
weird to me because he was saying how he had, like, an encounter with something with the flashlight, and I'm like, I don't trust this thing.
Yeah, I wasn't very... And I told very
I
few
didn't
people about
want
it
it, but I
growing
didn't
up.
want to be mean.
I told very few people about it growing up. I told
It's
Sam
okay.
about it.
I mean, like, this happens. It's easy to be deceived.
Yeah,
like,
it is
happened
easy to be deceived. But now that I, like, understand more...
Even
and
when
know
you're a
more-
Christian, like, you can be.
Oh, for sure. I was a Christian when I was deceived.
Right.
And I was deceived for, like, last year I was... Or was it the beginning of this year?
I don't know.
It was the beginning of this year. Yeah, the beginning of this year. So I was 19, 20, still being deceived as a Christian. So
I
that was
wouldn't go.
7, 8 years.
I wouldn't go out of your way to communicate with something, even if you think it's an angel, because you really don't need to. The only one you need to talk to is God.
Oh, for sure.
You don't need to talk to angels, right?
Yeah.
They come to you when God assigns it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is not our job to, like, communicate with angels, right? Because we really don't know if it is an angel. It could not be.
And
an
it's
angel.
interesting too, because angel means messenger of God, like God's messenger. So it's not like
They
come
message.
and
They come
stick
to
around.
us. They come to us.
Yeah, they
We
come
don't
to
need to
us
seek them out.
when God wants to tell us something. They don't come to
Yeah.
us and stick around for 8 years.
Exactly. If it's sticking around, demons do that. They stick
Yeah.
around. They attach.
they
That is something a
attach-
demon does.
They attach to the flashlights. So,
yeah. So
we-
demons can attach to objects. Wait, like the flashlight.
For sure. And it was like turning it on. And it's interesting because I would use the flashlight as a power gauge to tell when it was near me. And okay, so this is
What?
weird, but
Do you
I
need to like? Will it pick up your?
Yeah,
voice?
it'll pick up. So I would talk to it, right? And how I would know if it was near is I would get shivers down my spine. And not like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like I got like sensation down my spine. It feels like shivers. My body didn't shake. It just like kind of like ran along the nerves on my spine. I don't know how else to describe it. And the stronger it was, the more attention I took it as it was giving me. And when I didn't get any, I knew it wasn't around me. Because obviously I know that angels can't be everywhere at once. And I thought it was an angel. And demons can't be everywhere at once, so that it still applied, but I thought it was an angel at the time. I would get these shivers down my spine. So whenever I would, like, ask it a question, the stronger the shiver, the more yes I thought. And if I didn't get any, it was a no. So that's how
It
I
was
would, like,
using your spine as a Ouija board.
I know.
Ew, no, that's so... Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, but I want to say everything.
Yeah,
I
no.
know. I don't like it either.
Mm.
So my
We're
nerves...
we don't, like, think this is cool. We're scared
this
of
is not
this.
cool.
Like,
Well, no, I'm not
It's-
scared of it because I know God is more powerful.
okay, we aren't... That's
But-
that's not the right choice of words. We're not scared of it, but we don't, like...
condone it.
Well, yeah, obviously. Like, we're just explaining.
Yeah,
it.
like our experiences. Like this
yeah.
is what we dealt with. This is what we went
This
through.
is why we believe in God, because we've seen all sides of it. And we're just explaining, you know, what we've experienced.
And yeah, I don't know. I would talk to it like that. And yeah, I used the flashlight. So if the flashlight wasn't on and I wasn't getting like spine shivers, whatever, I knew it wasn't around. But randomly, I would be like on my computer doing something, and I kept the flashlight on my desk, and it would turn on, and I'd call out to it and be like, "Are you there?" And then I'd get like spine shivers, whatever.
And you thought it was an angel?
And I thought it was an angel. And like how I pictured it was touching the top of my spine and sending shivers down. That's how I pictured it happening.
Why would something from God do that?
I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's weird because when I had my prominent like demon experience, I talked
Go
about
ahead.
it. I talked about it in my testimony. It was when I was doing like magic, and this demon manifested itself. Like, if you want to hear about it, if you haven't listened to our testimonies yet, it's in that.
It's in episode 1. You should
Yeah,
go
that is
5-star. Give us a thumbs up.
That is my big like real life encounter, like a waking life encounter.
Like being
It was really
sober.
weird. Yeah. Even like then, I knew it was something evil. I knew it was a demon. Like even if I wasn't even a Christian, and I sensed that, which is crazy to me. Like, I knew that this thing was, like, in rebellion to God. Because I literally wrote out, like, do you believe in God? And I felt its anger towards God. I don't know.
And it's interesting, too, because you wrote out, like, what you wanted to say.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to communicate with it, so I was writing. Instead of saying it out loud, I was, like,
I
writing.
wanted to communicate, too, but I didn't write things out like that. I don't know. It's interesting. That didn't even come to mind.
I don't really know why I did that exactly. I'd say that's my most prominent, like, waking life demon experience. I've had a lot of visions, like, in dreams of demons.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in my, I would say another experience, it wasn't as, like, scary, but in my old room where I had, like, satanic themes, I would, like, see something in the mirror. Like, it was really weird. I feel like it was, like, in the bathroom or something.
Weird.
But I would literally see this, like full on in the mirror. And, like, it'd disappear again. But that, for some reason, like, it made me afraid of mirrors. I don't know.
Did you get rid of the mirror?
Well, no, because it was, like, part of the apartment. I couldn't do that.
Oh.
But, I mean, I just moved.
Oh, I thought you were talking about where you were with. It was before that?
There was another mirror on my wall that weirded me out, too, because it was, like, facing my bed.
Mm.
I felt like something was, like, watching me through the... I don't know,
you
it's
can
scary.
take the mirrors off the wall. Even if they're part of the apartment, you can just, like, store them in a closet.
Well, yeah, I didn't do that. I don't know.
That's okay.
I wasn't gonna, like, I needed to have mirrors in there, like, in the bathroom and stuff to brush my teeth and everything. Like, I think it was attached to the wall, though. Enough about silly demons.
Let's go to angels.
I want to talk about my angel experience, because that was more enjoyable.
Well,
actually-
as one does.
Actually, I don't know if I would call it enjoyable, actually. It was kind of, like, scary, too. But not in the same way, right? Because I'll just explain it. After I was baptized, I had this dream where, like, the angels of God came to me. And, like, it's like they were saying that I had a new fire and obedience to God. And, like, they were proud of me for getting baptized. And they started rebuking something that was in me, and I almost felt its point of view in a way. Like, I felt how demons see that. I don't know why, too, because, like, Christians can't get possessed. But I don't know, this is just the dream I had. Like, I, like, saw how we have free will when it comes to obeying God, but demons, they don't. They're, like, forced, almost. Like, they have to obey God. In this dream, I felt, like, the perspective of the demon, like I was being forced to my knees by these angels, and they were like, there was this authority over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, they weren't even being cruel, it was more of like, they knew my place, and they knew their place. And they were doing it in a godly way. It wasn't like...
Do you think maybe they were doing that to the demon that was inside of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were just seeing it.
I was just, like, seeing it happen.
Yeah. And have you ever, like...
I'm not saying I was the demon, but, like, I saw its, like, perspective.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing it happen. And it didn't make me feel bad for the demon. It just made me see, like... the authority that we do have over them. Mm-hmm. The authority that the angels of God have over them. And,
the authority that ultimately God has over them.
It was almost like a council of angels, like, over me, rebuking this thing. And the prominent thing, I'd say, was the fact that the demon was, like, outnumbered. Too. Like, it was just one. Actually, I don't know if it was one. But I can't know that for sure. But I know that it was, like, that was, like, the main thing, that it was outnumbered. Like, there were so many angels of God just surrounding and rebuking and, like, proclaiming the blood of Christ and the authority of God over the demon. And it was outnumbered. And, like, that was, like, the big thing. I don't know, it was outnumbered in like, the fact that there were more angels, and also outnumbered in its authority as well. I don't know if I explained this right.
No, that's good.
It's hard. Good. It's really hard to, like, explain a dream, because you feel like you're missing details.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to say in words a vision.
You have to, like, be attuned already to remembering dreams. Like, there's plenty of dreams that I can remember from when I was younger, because I started, like, forcing myself to remember. Like, I had strange dreams all the time, but I remember most of them, like 75% of them, just because I learned. But when you don't, like, most people don't even remember the dreams they had right after they wake up.
Mm.
So it's hard to, like, explain a dream when you yourself don't even remember everything.
Yeah.
It's almost trippy.
Yeah.
But you did a good job.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say something and I literally forgot.
It's okay.
Oh, in the dream, the angels of God, it's like they were happy that I got baptized and they were like celebrating me or something. I just felt so much love from them.
That's amazing. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy you got to see that.
Yeah.
Is that what happens
I would
every
rather
time?
have dreams like that than scary dreams.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, like how it wasn't necessarily scary, this vision, but it was intense. It was intense, and I felt like, for once, angels were on my side, right?
Yeah.
I felt how God was on my side more than just being attacked,
Yeah.
which was a nice feeling.
That was our podcast, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to go into some verses?
Sure.
Alright, well, I'd say those were my two big, like, angel and demon experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I've had other experiences, but those were, like, the main ones.
So it mentions, the first mention of Lucifer and his story is in Isaiah 14. And it's 12 through 23. I'm going to read that from the King James Version. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down from the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings and the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Yeah, thrust, babe. Like thrown.
Alright, sorry.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water. And I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. So, here, there's a little footnote about Satan and Lucifer, actually. There's one solely for Lucifer and then one solely for Satan. So, the one for Lucifer says, Lucifer most certainly refers to Satan. Now we see the real power behind the Gentile monarchs. Thus, Isaiah uses that fall of Satan, which is an assumed fact, to illustrate the fall of the Babylonian king. The name Lucifer is actually the Latin designation for the morning star, literally light bearer. The Hebrew meaning is the bright one, as the morning star speedily disappears before the rising sun. So Satan, the angel of light, will be banished to outer darkness by the coming of the Son of God. And now the one for Satan says, originally created as one of God's highest angels, possessing all angelic attributes, Satan, meaning adversary, Which is interesting. Satan literally means adversary. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that. But it makes sense.
Yeah, he is the adversary. Satan,
Annoying, ain't it?
Very. Satan led angels in a rebellion. He is described as the originator and chief practitioner of sin. In 1 John 3:8, that wicked one. 1 John 5:18, a thief and destroyer. John 10:10, a deceiver. Revelation 12:9, murderer and liar. John 8:44, the accuser of the brethren. Revelation 12:10. Illustration.
Interesting thing, when you're a believer, you start to see exactly how Satan, like, annoys you and irritates you. And
Literally.
it's frustrating. It's like before the mosquito was, like, invisible, and now you, like, see the mosquito for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little brat.
You just call Satan a brat?
Yeah. And the
Oh my
mosquito.
God.
Mosquitoes are brats, bro. I don't like mosquitoes.
No, but, like, it's irritating, though, because you, like, know what's happening when Satan irritates you.
Yeah.
When you're a Christian, you, like... Oh. Yeah.
Satan's subtle nature is reflected in the first temptation, Genesis 3:1, and in his titles, Angel of Light, and him that deceiveth the whole world, found in 2 Corinthians 11:14 and Revelation 12:9, respectively. His present-day activities include opposing the will and work of God.
What did it say?
We're going through his present-day activities. His
Oh.
present-day activities include opposing the will and work of God, counterfeiting the work of God, and destroying all that is good. Oh, yeah.
He
Morning
literally
coffee.
He literally
destroy all
has
that is
nothing
good.
better to do.
Literally.
Bro.
Application. A Christian can overcome Satan when he remembers 4 basic principles. First, through Jesus...
Hi, welcome to our podcast where we make fun of Satan.
Oh my gosh. First, though Jesus is greater than the devil, 1 John 4:4, a Christian must still have a healthy respect for the enemy. Even the archangel Michael did not confront Satan except in the name of the Lord, Jude 9. Second, a wise Christian will evaluate his life and avoid those situations where he is most likely to be tempted, 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Third, he should resist the devil by submitting to God, James 4:7-10. Finally, the Christian should always be prepared by wearing the whole armor of God, Ephesians 6:13-17. First reference is Isaiah 14:12-17. Primary reference, Isaiah 14:12-17. And cliff note is 1 Timothy 4:1. That was a lot of references in there. But it's all good. And we're going to go through each one. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. We're not doing that. Because each reference will lead to another reference, and, like, we'll just
Let's
end
just
up
read
reading
the
Bible.
dictionary in the
We'll
back.
just read the Bible.
The dictionary in the back.
You mean the concordance?
I'm calling it a dictionary.
Okay. You call it dictionary.
Whatever, something different.
Well, actually, a concordance is...
Don't mansplain me.
Don't mansplain. Fine. You're not gonna mansplain you. I won't explain you. It's a dictionary. I have not slept.
We see when Riley reads the Bible, he gets all cocky.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, I love you.
Pussy. I love you too. Yeah. Anyway, Satan's a poo-poo head. Now angels are cool.
Oh, talk about the biblically accurate representation of angels. How they actually look.
Okay, so the biblically accurate representation of angels. You can find what they look like biblically in Revelation. So if you didn't know, Revelation is I want to say John, right? Let me just double check. This is John. Yes. So this is John. John got to go to heaven and see everything that would happen at the end. Now this is he didn't die, so Jesus let him into heaven to see everything that would happen, and then he came back to earth. So is it, and then he wrote about it. He told the 7 churches all about what he saw in heaven, and it is very interesting. This story is very interesting. This is like one of the most relevant chapters in our day and age, I feel like, because it talks about the end, and we are in the end times. We are here already. We've been in the end times since Jesus ascended 2,000 years ago, and we're just waiting. And most of this stuff has already happened. Like, we've already got most of this stuff. We're close, especially with this tech age. And I want to talk about this like in depth for an entire episode.
What, Revelation?
Like Revelation, end times, prophecy, all that stuff. But anyway, specifically, John saw angels in heaven, and he saw them in their, I want to say true form. I don't necessarily know if this is their true form, because it doesn't say this is the true form of angels in the Bible. This is just what John saw. But biblically, according to the Bible, angels are crazy looking. We picture humans with wings and a little
No, I picture
halo.
babies with wigs.
Or babies with wings. Well, it's taken both ways. Like babies
Like
with
angel
wings,
babies.
Angel babies, or like fully grown humans, like in TV shows and stuff. But in reality, that's not true. They can take those forms.
Because they can
'Cause
shift.
Shapeshift.
Both angels and demons can shift. How?
Yeah, because demons used to be angels. So
Which
demons
makes
have
it
all the-
confusing, which makes more of my point clear. Don't try to communicate with something that you don't know what it is for sure.
Mhm.
Even if you have discernment. Like,
And even if you know. Like,
it's
unless-
a tricky thing, right? Because, like,
Yeah.
it can trick you.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Tricky. Tricky eggs and bacon. So here it talks about 4 beasts full of eyes, before and behind, around, in the midst of the throne of God. And the first beast was like a lion, second like a calf. The third beast had a face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. And the 4 beasts each had them 6 wings about him. And they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night. So they never sleep, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who lives forever and ever. The 24 elders. So it goes on to talk about other things. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was these beasts here. And they were angels. They have a specific name. Let me see if I can find it, because I don't remember it. A specific name, the specific beasts around the... Yeah. And guard the throne of God. Seraphim? No, they worship God as did the seraphim. Okay. I was thinking of seraphim. Okay, the lion represents strength, calf service, face of the man intelligence, and the eagle swiftness. So yeah, that was those are very interesting. So imagine like a lion, but with a lion. Does it say face of lion? It was like a lion. So it was a lion with 6 wings and eyes all over the body.
You know what's interesting is you said your demon encounter was wearing a lion mask. Maybe it was trying to deceive you and make you think that it was an angel.
It looked demonic. I don't, because to me back then, like, a lion wasn't angelic. So I don't know why it would
Well, maybe it wanted you to think it was an angel.
Well, it probably did.
If you did think it was an angel, I think that's what its goal was, especially if it was trying to make you trust it. Yeah. It wanted you to think
it never told me to do anything. And it never hurt me physically. So I don't know what its purpose was, but I don't honestly care. And it's
its purpose and plans weren't fulfilled because God canceled it.
But I don't know. I feel like
the attack from the enemy was canceled on you.
I feel like it was against me for a reason. I just don't know what that reason was.
They just are. They're just against us because we love God. That's as simple as that.
They try to stop the will of God from happening, even though they can't actually do it. But they try to deceive us to choose wrong. So I'm not sure what it was trying to... I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying I don't fully, like, understand the whole grasp of it. But, I mean, it's gone now. So, it is what it is. But.
Maybe it wanted you to give me the flashlight thing.
Maybe. All of that, like 6 years of all of that to give you a flashlight.
But the flashlight didn't even do anything, so I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it knew that, like, I would be in a powerful marriage. And it wanted, like, to stop me from that.
Satan wants to destroy our marriage, but that's not happening.
No. It's not.
Satan hates marriage.
Satan hates marriage very much, and I've never felt more attacked than I do since we've been married. But he can't win. He will never win. He already lost twice. He's gonna lose a third time. So, he's not winning here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, angels are described as having wings, lots of wings and eyes all over. It's crazy. Look up biblically accurate angels, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't really describe it.
It makes my soul, like, feel weird looking at it.
Like, in a good way?
More of, like, I'm intimidated by it. No, it doesn't make me, like, scared. It's more of, like, I feel like I've seen it or something.
Feel like you've seen it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you have. What did the angels look like in your dream?
They just looked like people. But I knew they were angels.
I feel like they show themselves to us
as people, because we recognize that.
And we won't be scared.
And we won't be scared of that. Right. That makes sense.
And they talk about, like, you see YouTube videos and TikToks and stuff about biblically accurate angels, and they're like, no wonder it says in the Bible, don't be afraid. But I tend to believe that they still showed themselves as maybe humans with wings, almost. Because, like, if you saw people, like, flying in the air, it doesn't matter, like, what they look like. They're flying in the air. Of course they're going to say, don't be afraid. Like, if I saw, my best friend, like, float down from the sky, like, I'd be freaking afraid. Like, why is this happening?
Maybe that's why that is the common interpretation of angels, just a person with wings. Because maybe they appear to us as that more often because it would, like, scare us less or something.
It's not
we
so
recognize
much
it.
Yeah. Because our human brains cannot comprehend, like,
a
spiritual
flying
realm.
eye circle thing.
A flying eye circle with wings.
That looks like it's from, like, a DMT trip or something.
Yeah. Which is a whole nother topic to talk about. DMT trips into the spiritual realm.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do it.
I've never done DMT, and I'm glad that I didn't.
Me too.
I think on DMT, you can... Basically, it opens you up to the realm, so you probably can see either angels or demons. I'm sure you can see both sides.
That doesn't mean.
But that doesn't mean that
Let's
God
go.
wants you to, like, look into that realm and without his timing on it.
See, it's not for us to look into that realm.
Unless he, like, brings us a vision or something.
Unless he brings us a vision, but it's his timing. That's like taking DMT to see it, to be like, I don't care about your timing, God.
Right.
I want to see it
We
now.
aren't supposed to, like, seek that out ourselves.
Exactly.
We're not supposed to, like, willingly, like, open up that realm, because that's not our job to do.
No, it's not our job.
Right. I think when you're on DMT, it doesn't necessarily mean you're just going to see demons and bad things. I think you would see just everything in the spiritual realm, but that doesn't mean that God wants you to do that necessarily. Mm-hmm. I think you're more likely to be satanically. I think you're more likely to be attacked by Satan because you're vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And, like, the Bible instructs us to be sober for a reason. Because we are easily deceived. Mm-hmm. Well, anything else?
I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything I wanted to originally, and more, a lot more, actually. Basically, angels good, but they only come to you when God wants them to, so don't seek them out.
I think I want to talk about another encounter I had. I'm not sure if for a fact if it was an angel.
Okay.
But I was living at my old apartment, and I was hanging out with a friend. I think she, like, came over. Yeah, she came over, and we were outside, and this guy, like, showed up, and he, like, asked me for water or something, and it was almost like he wanted to see my reaction, like, if I wanted to help him out. And I was like, yeah, like, I can go up and get you some. And he said, no, that's cool. Like, he didn't actually want the water. He just wanted to see how I'd react to it. And he just... There was something about him. Like, there was this light emanating from him. And he just said to me, like, you're doing a good job. Just keep going. And I can't remember exactly if he mentioned God. But I felt like he was, like, implying that, like, God was happy with me. Like, he was just, like, sending me a message through this person. And I think it was an angel. I don't know for a fact. He could have just been crazy. But I think
I don't think that sounds crazy. I think that sounds pretty
yeah, it's almost like...
specific.
It's almost like he was delivering me a message from God. Like, I could just sense that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways.
I like this story. You've never told me that before.
Well, yeah, because I didn't really remember every detail about it. So,
I mean, that sounds pretty specific, though.
I feel like I forgot, like, my brain just, like, canceled it out because it was, like, overwhelming. So, like, my way of, like, comprehending it was to just, like, forget part of it. Because it was so overwhelming, almost. I think that's what...
You just remembered it?
No, I didn't forget about it necessarily, but I don't remember every detail. It's, like, part of me.
Do you remember what he looked like?
I think he was just, like... He looked homeless. Like, I thought he was homeless. And it kind of weirded me out at first. Like, I kind of was like, oh, why is this guy, like, approaching me? And made me nervous, but... For some reason, I knew that he was okay.
I don't know. That sounds pretty angelic to me.
Yeah. Yeah. He was just like he literally just showed up to tell me that I was doing a good job. To keep going. Like, I don't know. It just felt like a message. And then he he walked away, but it felt like he disappeared. Like, he just, like... It reminded me of that video of, like, zapping out of there.
Yeah.
Like, he did walk away, and I saw him walk away, but it felt like he was gone too fast. Almost.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't, like, realistically make sense to me.
With many angelic encounters, that's something that is common. Like, you talk to someone, turn, you look back, they're gone. It's like, it's unrealistic.
Oh, I'm remembering,
be
though.
human.
He was saying to me, like, I know things have been hard, and, like, he looked, like, sad. He's like, I know that things have been hard, but, like, keep going, Winfrey. I don't think he said my name, but...
You felt it implied.
Yeah, it was just, like, keep going, like, no matter how... Even if things have been hard, because you're doing well. And there was, like, tears in his eyes or something. Yeah, that's all the encounters that I could think of right now. I mean, I've had more encounters in, like, dreams and stuff, but I don't remember all those.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Alright,
Alright, so I guess that's everything then.
yeah.
Well, hey, that was pretty cool of a topic, like angels and demons. Basically, angels are good, like they'll come to you when God sends them. Demons are bad. Don't.
Angel's good, demon's bad.
Angel good, demon bad.
I'm duh.
Hey, excuse me. Angel good, demon bad. God good, Satan bad.
That's our topic here. Angel good, demon bad.
That's what we're gonna call the
God
episode.
good, demon bad.
That's what we're calling the episode.
God good, demon bad. God good, Satan bad.
Angel good, demon bad, because it's like angels and demons. Angel good, demon bad. Yes.
It's like such a common sense thing when you say it like that, but when you go into detail about it, like, I don't know.
It's so much more than just that.
Yeah.
It's like blanket terminology. Terminology. Oh boy. Anyway.
Riley's been like farting up a storm this whole episode,
Bro,
so
I'm
I hope
exhausted.
there isn't like lots of farts in there.
There probably is. I'll cut him out.
Gosh.
I fart a lot.
Anyway. So yeah, that's our episode. That's our stories. That's our encounters. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Let us know, like, if you guys have had any encounters, because we want to hear your stories.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, let us know if you guys have any stories, and we can, like, have a whole episode on that, too, if we get enough.
Yeah.
You can put it down in the YouTube comments, because this is going up on YouTube, so put it down in the comments.
Or just tell us in person.
Or tell us in person if you
Yeah.
know us personally. But if you live in another country, that'd be a little bit hard.
I mean, like, people at church and stuff.
Yeah, people at church.
Yo, everyone at church. Yo, people at church. Tell us your stories. Ooh. Tell us your encounters with the spiritual realm
Yo.
side of things. We want to hear your spiritual realm encounters.
We want to hear those spiritual stories, yo.
We're so cringe.
Yes, queen. Anyway.
Stop!
Stop!
Riley's annoying me tonight.
I'm annoying.
He's like the little annoying brother or something.
Oh, don't call me your brother. That's
No,
weird.
not literally, but like it reminds me of that. Like when we like argue and
Because I'm like younger than
when
you.
you annoy me, you're just like
I'm like your little brother.
well, like okay, it makes sense that when you get married, it's like considered your family, because like you know how you like fickle with your family members and like
You
annoy
fickle?
each other.
You fickle with your family members.
Like annoy each other. Like
You fickle. You fickle pickle.
no. If you're family with someone, you like irk each other and annoy each other.
I'm so irked by you, you fickle pickle.
And that is what he does.
You irk.
I know, I love him, but like annoying.
I love you too, but like annoying.
Annoying family member.
You fickle pickle.
Annoying family member.
I'm gonna say that now.
Annoying,
You fickle pickle.
annoying family member.
You annoying family member. Annoying family member. Pancake, pancake.
You're gonna fit in well with the Sammys at Christmas.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, that's our podcast. Bye. Thanks for listening. Listen to all the other ones. Give us 5-star reviews and thumbs up and likes and share it to all your friends. Give us...
What are we on, Yelp?
No, you can rate podcasts on Spotify and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I rated it on all of my accounts.
Alright.
5 stars. Yeah, so give us 5 stars and like and subscribe. And if every one of you shares to another friend and that friend shares to another friend, that would be great. Anyway, bye.